Let's talk about MVP, another AEW talent. Now, this one is actually in AEW. Apparently, does not like Triple H. So in fact, he said specifically that he has zero respect for Triple H. So he did a interview with Battle what Battle Bills Bet Ideas. Jesus, man, work on your name. Golly, what kind of searchability is that? You think everybody gonna ever find that shit? Someone needs to help them with branding. But anyway, whatever that name is, BET Ideas. Well, I guess it's Bad Ideas with no space. I'm sorry, I'm really stuck on this name.
Is it Black Entertainment Ideas?
I mean, you would think that, again, because they don't know how to brand themselves. I'm sure that's a nice publication. And I'm sure they have what? AI sports picks and best bets for today.
That can't be them.
That's them. Yeah, speaking with betideas.com.
Huh.
Boy, what a
What?
new company if they're already talking about AI sports picks. And how in the mud do you have to be betting off of AI? If you're letting Grok pick
More importantly, why is MVP sullying himself talking to these fuckers? He must know somebody.
I don't know, but yeah, think about it. You're so in the mud, you're having Grok pick your bets for you. Hey, AI, come on, man, I need this. They're gonna turn the lights
That's
off.
lazy. So you need a middleman to have Grok pick your bets?
You need them to do the AI prompt. Them to type in, "Hey, can you
For
pick?
percentage?
Can you pick the winners for me?"
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, I think we've tore them down enough. Well, anyway, so yes, we have MVP talking with betideas.com, AI betting. I wonder now if he was talking to a person or if the AI was asking him. But he was asked about Triple H. Question. You've clarified that you never said Triple H was a racist, but that he views talent of color in a certain way. How do you think he views them and why? Is the question, the answer. Let's just say this Bobby Lashley was a 2-time champion. And after he took over, Bobby Lashley, this being Triple H, was reduced to the mid card. Bobby Lashley is a bankable, marketable guy. A 2-time WWE champion. Just got reduced to the mid card. Whatever. What I said specifically in response to the person on my Instagram page was it's my opinion on how he chooses to book certain talents. Some people say all the time that, oh, MVP's just griping, MVP's just crying. Okay, well, just watch the program. Who are the people in the top spots under his leadership? Who were given the opportunities? And I'm not talking about NXT, I'm talking about the main show. I have my opinions based on my personal experiences. There it is right there. And at some point on my podcast and my YouTube show, I'll talk about it and I'll go in depth on why my issues are with that man. And I'll be honest with you, my issues with him have nothing to do with race. My issues have to do with him as a person and our personal interactions and things that he said and did that caused me to have zero respect for him. But I'll go into that on my show, Marking Out with MVP and Dwayne Sweezy. Nice plug. So he has zero respect for Triple H, which is here nor there, like he said.
Well, I think that fuels his comments.
Yeah, I mean,
and his
he
perspective.
did say that, it's something personal. So we don't know what that is. We don't know. We weren't backstage. So obviously, yes. Maybe they had some kind of interaction or something.
I mean, there's tons of stories about Triple H being a dickhead backstage.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, he doesn't like Triple H. But that then links back to what he said about Bobby Lashley not being pushed. And they got into a good conversation, I would say. So him saying Bobby Lashley, he was a marketable, bankable guy, 2-time champion who was reduced to the mid card. A lot of people point out that right now he's in the mid card because he's in a tag team as tag team champion. And as of recently, MJF is like the main character in that group too. So you would say he's mid card there right now. But it got into
So I guess is the argument that he's just shitting on WWE while he's in the same or worse position in AEW?
That's part of the argument. But the argument is like, is Bobby Lashley just a mid card guy? Like, maybe that's where he's supposed to be.
Oh no.
Is he marketable? Yes, but I don't know. The question then becomes: is he someone that could have been? Now, a lot of people link him to Brock Lesnar. Could he have been to the heights of what Brock Lesnar was?
Absolutely.
You think he could have?
If they would have given Lashley a Heyman,
Well, they gave him MVP. I think he's just as good.
I don't know. Heyman, or I'm sorry, MVP didn't like suck Lashley's dick like Heyman did for Brock. And I don't know if the machine got behind Lashley like they did Brock, even a little bit. I could see Lashley being a top guy. Just don't let him talk.
Yeah, he would definitely need a mouthpiece. A lot of people were saying, he can't talk, and that's why he never got to the position he was.
Brock can't talk
Right.
either, though.
That's the one caveat. But I would say, even taking out Paul Heyman, because he was with him the whole time, Brock didn't become like Brock until he went to the UFC and won the title. Like, that took him to another stratosphere of now he's like a legit guy.
Yeah, but he was always like marketed as the next big thing.
Yeah, he definitely was. Like, yeah, what was it, like a month or two in, he was already going for the title. I mean, just what I think though is like when he came back from UFC, that's when they really like pushed him as like, come watch Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but didn't Triple H immediately beat him?
I don't know if it was immediate.
He broke Triple H's arm, and then Triple H beat him.
No, wasn't John
I
Cena
feel
the
like.
first feud and he killed John Cena?
Oh, you're right. He did come after Cena, but he lost. And then he feuded with Triple H, and they lost that one too. And then he feuded with Punk.
Probably lost that too.
No, he defeated Punk, of course.
Because, yeah, I just remember when he came back and he elbowed Cena and cut him in the forehead.
Yeah, I just remember he came back from the UFC, and he was labeled as a UFC ass kicker, but he was still lost. So.
And I didn't even watch it, but they did the rematch of the guy who beat him in UFC, Cain Velasquez, but they're gonna do it in WWE. I didn't even watch it.
When did that happen?
It was one of the Saudi shows.
Oh, yeah, that's a must miss.
It was just one of those like. Now a lot of people said it was bad, but it was during the day, and if you got spoiled, which I did get spoiled, and then everybody was saying how bad it was, like, I'm just not gonna watch it then. But maybe I should.
But yeah, I think Lashley, if he was even remotely positioned like Brock was, I think absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe MVP does have a point, but what is stopping him from then reaching those heights over in AEW? Now, to be fair to that though, he has only been there like a couple months, so you do have to give it a little bit of time. They have their order right now because you got Osprey who's hovering around the title. You got Hangman hovering around the title. There is time before he gets to the title picture.
I don't think Cream necessarily rises to the top in AEW though. Isn't Moxley like the champion?
Yeah.
And my understanding is he doesn't gravitate to the big guys anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to book big guys.
And he's also the type of guy that will release his $1 million gate drawing talent for a guy that's not even there anymore.
Yeah, where is he? He hasn't been on TV forever.
He did that thing where Tony got that move and he wore the neck brace, and haven't really seen him since.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. He might be hurt though.
I think he was doing some shit with New Japan.
He's come back after that. So his thing with New Japan is they ran that angle where he was like the scapegoat and he a disgruntled employee or whatever.
Okay. I didn't know if he was still doing shit with him or not.
Yeah, I think he probably.
But yeah, you let Punk go and don't even have the guy you let him go for on TV.
True.
So I don't know. Tony doesn't operate in a traditional sense, I would say.
Yeah, but at some point you do have to kind of blame the talent for better or worse. Like, okay, you went here, you didn't get to the height you thought you should have. You went here, you didn't get to the height you thought you should have. You went here, like He was in TNA. I think he was the guy in TNA. I don't know if he helped them.
Yeah, he was a top guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he helped them in any way.
He helped himself.
He did. I think that's really where the MVP Bobby Lashley thing came to be. I just know he wore a headband.
Yeah, he was like he was like a muscular
Yeah,
LeBron.
but yeah, let us know what you think. Is MVP out of line with what he says, or is he right on line? But you have to remember that he does apparently have a personal thing with Triple H. And also, for context, he also said that Hulk Hogan is not Mount Rushmoreable. He's not on the Mount.
He's
He's
disqualified.
disqualified because of what he did outside of the ring. What
What
he
he
said.
said behind closed doors while being recorded without his knowledge after having sex with his best friend's wife.
Yes. All that. But he said, yeah, Hogan's not on the Mount Rushmore, or he can't be because of that. So do with that what you will. Take that into consideration, I'll say.